Okay, let's just dive right in. You're in your 20s, right? And maybe that word wealth, well, it feels a bit distant, maybe for someone else entirely.
Uh-huh. It can definitely seem that way.
But here's the thing, and it's really powerful. The money moves you make now, it doesn't matter if you feel broke or you're juggling debt or just, keeping your head above water.
Yeah,
Those moves are basically planting the seeds for your financial future. You plant smart now, you get security later, you mess it up. Well, we know how that goes.
exactly. And that's why today in this deep dive, we're really focusing on the practical stuff. The actual steps you can take to manage your money effectively, starting like right now.
Right. And forget that old idea that you need a massive paycheck first.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest myth out there. Earning more is good, obviously, but it's not the whole picture, not even close.
Yeah, because if you earn a ton but it just disappears, what's the point? It's fascinating, really. Building wealth often isn't about the size of the income.
It's about the management, how you handle what you actually have. That's the key.
Things like smart budgeting, being intentional with spending, saving consistently.
And critically, getting into investing, even small amounts early on.
Okay, so where do we even start with all that? What's the foundation?
It sounds almost too simple, but it's knowing where your money is actually going. Seriously. If you're flying blind financially, you can't make any smart adjustments.
You're just guessing.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
A really simple framework to get your bearings is the 50-30-20 rule. Heard of that?
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah.
Link it down for us. 50, 30, 20. What's the story?
Okay, so it's a way to divide up your income after tax.
Yeah.
50%. That's for your absolute needs. Rent or mortgage, food, essential transport, utilities, the stuff you have to pay to live.
Eat essentials. Got it.
Then 30% is earmarked for your wants. This is the fun stuff, the lifestyle things, Netflix, maybe eating out, hobbies, clothes you don't strictly need.
Okay, the wants. Makes sense. And the last 20%.
That crucial 20% goes towards your financial goals. So paying down debt aggressively, building savings, and starting to invest. Think of it as paying your future self.
I like that. Paying your future self. But look, knowing the percentages is one thing. How do you actually do it? How do you make sure you stick to it?
Right. You absolutely have to track your money. It sounds tedious, maybe, but like you said, if you don't track it, you're basically blindfolded. You need that awareness.
You need to see the patterns.
Exactly. See where every pound, every dollar, every euro is going. And luckily, there are great tools now. Apps like YNAB, You Need a Budget, or Mint are fantastic. They automate a lot.
Or even simpler.
Or, honestly, just a free Google Sheet can do the job if you're disciplined. The tool doesn't matter as much as the habit. The goal is just financial awareness.
Yeah.
Seeing reality.
Awareness first. Okay. Let's shift gears slightly. Credit. That word scares a lot of people in their 20s.
It really does. It gets such a bad rap.
Yeah.
But you need to think of credit less like a trap and more like a tool. A potentially powerful tool. Well, used wisely. Good credit opens doors. It means lower interest rates when you eventually need a loan for a car, for a house maybe. That saves you serious money over time. Bad credit or no credit. That costs you.
Okay, so it's a tool. How do you start building good credit if you're basically starting from scratch?
It's simpler than you might think. A good first step is often getting a low-limit credit card. Maybe one designed for students or beginners.
Okay, get the card. Then what? The scary part.
No, the golden rule is treat it like a debit card. Only put purchases on it that you know you have the cash to cover right now.
So don't spend money you don't have.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And then this is crucial. Pay the entire balance off in full every single month before the due date. No exceptions.
Not just the minimum payment.
Never just the minimum. Pay it all off. That tells lenders you're reliable. Also, try to keep your credit utilization low.
Utilization, what's that?
That's just how much of your available credit limit you're using. So if you have a 1,000-pound limit, try to keep your balance below 300 pounds, so under 30%. It shows you're not maxing out your cards.
Okay, under 30%. Pay it off in full. What else?
The absolute non-negotiable #1 rule: never, ever, ever miss a payment, even by a day. Late payments can stick on your credit report for years and really damage your score. Set up reminders, auto pay, whatever it takes.
Never miss a payment. Got it. That seems doable. Now, investing. This feels like the next level, maybe something you do when you're, rich.
Another huge myth we need to bust. Investing is not just for the wealthy. Honestly, the earlier you start, the better. Even if it's with really small amounts, it's probably the smartest move anyone can make for their long-term future.
Why so early, though?
It comes down to one magical word: compounding. It's like interest earning interest on itself. Over time, it creates this snowball effect. Small amounts invested regularly can grow into something surprisingly large given enough time.
Okay, give me an example. Make it real.
Sure. Let's say you start investing just $100 a month. That's like, what, a few coffees or meals out,
Yeah.
starting at age 20. If that money grew at an average of, say, 8% per year.
Which is kind of typical for long-term stock market returns, historically.
Yeah, a reasonable long-term average, though obviously not guaranteed year to year. But okay, for $100 a month from age 20 at 8%. By the time you hit 50, that could potentially grow to over $200,000.
Wow. Just from $100 a month.
Just from $100 a month consistently invested. Time is your biggest asset when you're young. That's the power of compounding working for you over decades.
Okay, I'm sold on the why. But the how still feels tricky. Where does a beginner even put that $100?
Great question. You don't need to be a stock-picking genius. For most people starting out, low-cost ETFs, exchange-traded funds, or index funds are perfect.
Like the S&P 500 people talk about.
Exactly like
Yeah.
that. An S&P 500 index fund basically lets you own a tiny piece of the 500 largest companies in the U.S. Instant diversification. You're not betting everything on one company.
So it spreads the risk.
Right. And the best part, getting started is easier than ever. There are loads of accessible investment platforms now. Apps like Easy Equities, eToro, Robinhood, depending on where you live. They let you invest with really small amounts. No need for thousands.
Okay, so low-cost funds, easy platforms.
Yep.
It feels much less intimidating now. One last piece, maybe. How do we make all this the saving, the investing stick? Life gets busy.
Yes. The secret weapon. Automation.
Automation.
Yep, make it automatic. Set things up so you don't have to constantly think about saving or investing. It just happens.
How does that work in practice?
Super simple. Set up an automatic transfer. The day you get paid, have a certain amount automatically moved from your main checking account straight into your savings account, and another amount straight into your investment account.
So it's gone before you even see it, really.
Exactly. It's that old idea, what you don't see, you won't spend. Automating your savings and investments removes the temptation, removes the need for willpower every single payday. It just happens.
Makes hitting those goals almost effortless, then.
Well, maybe not effortless, but certainly much, much easier and more consistent. It builds the habit for you.
So looking back at all this, it really feels like your 20s are this crucial foundation-laying decade, financially speaking.
They absolutely are. It's not about getting everything perfect overnight. Forget perfection. Aim for intentionality. Being deliberate about this stuff.
Intentionality. I like that.
Yeah. Know where your money goes? That's budgeting smart. Build your credit score responsibly that opens doors later. Start investing, even small amounts, as early as possible. Let time do the heavy lifting. And automate it to make it stick.
Budget, build, invest, repeat.
You got it. That's the core loop for building a strong financial base.
Some really powerful, practical steps there. Okay, so for everyone listening, let me just take a moment. What's the one money habit, after hearing all this, that you know you need to tackle first? Maybe that's your starting point.